Right, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redman TV, and welcome to another live stream where it's me, it's versus you, where it's going to be boss, because I haven't done one of these where it's just me and you in days, in a long, long time. So I appreciate everyone who's tuned into the stream. I've had a nap. Do you know when James has a nap? That's a serious James. I think that's the most dangerous James that you could possibly get, because it means that James is refueled. It means that James has had his sweet dreams and he's been to parallel universes, speaking to beautiful, beautiful people along the way, acquiring knowledge, information, wisdom to let you know about on the stream. And that's going to be on today's stream. You know what I mean, chat? Right, so how do we break down today's stream? It's free for all business. I am reading your comments. Only your comments, and I assume a lot of them are going to mention FSG, which is the point of this video. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Janav. I've missed streams, but I'm happy to be back, brother. I have missed the streams, and I'm happy to be back. So that makes both of us, my friends. Edward, shout out to you. Be it James. Be Ross. Be Ross. Be Ross. You know what I'm saying, blood. Purple bean gang and that. You know what I mean? Low key, I have always just edge the purple bean thing, because I'm on the edge of Bootle, innit? And if I lived in Bootle, that's a problem, because they're not purple bins, they're kind of brown and shit, you know what I mean? They're a part of Sefton, so, but Kirkdale is purple bin land. If you do not live in Liverpool, you do not need to care about what we're talking about. Shout out to Will Robbo, shout out, new setup, not necessarily a new setup, same setup, different background. I mean, it's just me. It's literally, do you want me? I mean, I don't want to move the camera, to be honest, but my wall where I usually sit is right here, like right there. It's not completely different. I just felt like sitting on my couch. Thought it was boss. Do you like this one better though, chat? Is this one a little bit more vibey? Do you like this setting? WRL, chat, you know what I mean? We've got to get the WRL, you know what I'm saying? James with the clean shape. Don't mind if... Ooh, chat, I think I might have just hurt myself. I might have cut my finger. Because I'm looking too sharp. Don't unsubscribe. You know what I mean? I'm actually quite good with me jokes and whatnot usually. What happened to the LFC background? I moved places, so that was in my old house. This is my new flat, and I just haven't put the LFC background back up. But you're an OG though, Edward. You're an OG. You know about the Liverpool background. You know what I'm saying? Hello, James. How are you, lad? I'm really good, thank you, Harry. Hope you are well. Everyone's saying W. Jeez. This setting is more homely, James. I agree, Paniscouse. I agree. By the way, I hope you're well, sir. It's good to see you again. Chat, what are we starting on? Have you got any topics or questions or anything? I mean, I suppose before we do get into anything, a like is appreciated. A subscribe is even more appreciated. So if you can do those things to support the stream, that would be fantastic. And any topics at all, any questions that, you know, maybe you've not seen me answer, we'll get into those. And I might even consider getting everybody, you know, like inviting people into the stream, where you guys can come on and ask me a question. I think that'd be good. What are rebuilds, AJ? I mean, how do you define a rebuild? It just seems to be a tear down, you know? It's like if you get rid of 8 old bricks and replace them with 2 new bricks, okay, now you've got 2 new bricks, but you've still got fucking 6 missing bricks. You know what I mean? Chat, WRL. And we need those extra bricks, fam. We need those extra bricks, fam. A new setup, love it. I mean, it's just a living room, but it's cool, innit? I mean, I think everyone's loving it. I think we're digging the new vibes here on James Redman TV, which is sick. Yeah, thoughts of Konate or Virgil injury? Wait there, what do you mean? They're not injured, are they? They're not injured. I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe. Me no believe until I see, you know? Like, I should have probably loaded up Twitter before the stream. Let me just load that up there quick, because then I can fact check this information. I don't think they're injured, though, because I think I would have fucking seen that, mate. Like the way you see a fucking kangaroo in Australia, I think I would have seen that, mate. You know what I mean? I think I would have seen Konate or Virgil injured. Like the way Thiago and Bezekic is in. Nah, he's not injured. He's not injured, mate. Nah, but still, though, if you do get one of them injured, especially Ibu, if Ibu gets injured, then our only good centre-back in form is now not available. That's a problem. That's a huge problem when you consider that, you know, Konate is the only one who's been in any sort of good form. And if he's not playing, then we're fucked. Like, look at the team with... Someone made a good point on the video that I done earlier. Look at the team with Konate, and then look at the team without Konate, and then see the difference. See the difference in terms of how much more... And the biggest shame is Konate has got to deal with Trent's side, so that actually makes him look a little bit worse. That's why I rated Joel Matip so much for years, because Trent might have not been able to do the little one-on-one thing, but Matip could be able to withstand it. He was fine. So I still do sit there and hold the belief that we need to get a new centre-back and we need it soon. Chat, you know what I don't understand? Guardiola, City, 77 million. Chat, I understand, right, that Liverpool still spend money because we do spend money. Okay, is it the wage bill of other clubs? No. Is it the price tags that other clubs are willing to pay? No. But it is still money. That's the one thing that can't be disputed. But apparently Liverpool, where they thrive is they are wise where they spend their money. But if you are not spending your money in enough places, then what's the point in buying a frigging house or buying a team or whatever? In this case, that was a poor analogy, but you got the point. That's what I'm saying is that we do not efficiently position by position, season by season, analyze what we need in this squad, and that's going to absolutely fuck us. Ibu has missed 37 games in 2 seasons. We need a right centre back and DM and left centre back. Who competes with Robbo? Who can we buy? Wait, who competes with Robbo, a left centre-back? Okay, I understand. We can buy a centre-back who can play both sides, and I'm not even talking about a right-back. The point that I was going to say in Guardiola, 77 million for Guardiola is not something that should have been out of our reach, I think. I think that should have been something that was doable. Liverpool fan, I just think these are the players that we should be looking in more so, because we missed out on Colwell, and then obviously Guardiola was available, and then there was something that went wrong there between them and Manchester City. So it's bullshit chat, and we shown we could get Dominic Szoboszlai. So if I found out that we were in for Guardiola and Guardiola chose City over Liverpool, I'm fine with that because I know we made the attempt. We never even made the attempt. I'm seeing Spurs going and signing that not Sepp van der Berg. He plays for us. That other dude who plays for Wolfsburg, and we're not even in for him, chat. You know what I mean? We're just doing nothing. I'm not trying to be negative. If you want to say that FSG are boss, give me a reason why FSG are boss. I'll give you 20 why the shit. And we can have a productive discussion on it. It doesn't even have to be like James is right and James is only right, but we can have a productive discussion to let you know why they're wank. Festus, you'd be surprised how many other players miss more games in 2 seasons. Konate is bad, but not as bad as 90% of other players, like Reece James, Chilwell, Fofana. That's right. Konate, I wouldn't say Konate falls into the injury-prone category. I think he's probably just outside of it, where if he was to miss even 10% more games, then now we can probably say he's injury-prone. Right now, I don't think it's a big, massive emphasis. I think it's just little niggles here and there. I don't think it's anything major or too much of a concern. Shout out to 3 Hawk Lord. My G. Tedder, report the Andre has a release clause of 34 million in his contract. So we are going in with a 30 million bid. Seemingly, we will wait and see. If I go on Twitter and I have a look at anything that has to do with an Andre to Liverpool update, I mean, I've seen things. I haven't seen anything too credible. Nothing really to get excited about when it comes to Andre. I think Andre's being used either as a January signing, or we're going to use Andre as kind of that player that, if Southampton see us being linked with other players, it's kind of like listen, we're looking elsewhere anyway, so we might not need to pay the full amount of money, but we still need multiple midfielders, so I still don't fucking get it. Pisses me off, chat. Pisses me off. But what I'm doing right now is just looking. See, I don't like TalkSport, you know what I mean? TalkSport can fuck off. I don't think they're good enough. I don't know. I'll show you the screen and you can let me know if the journalists are credible enough. Chat, also smash a like if that's okay. That, gets the stream more out there. Reported interest in Andre is clearly negotiating tactic from Liverpool, who are trying to make it clear to Southampton it's not Romeo Lavia. It's not Romeo Lavia or nobody. I think that was meant to say it is. I'm not too sure what that was meant to say, actually. Agreement close. Liverpool and Fluminense are said to be close to finding a solution for the transfer for Andre. The Brazilian club expect a bid in the coming days. But chat, isn't the Brazilian league window transfer thing shut soon? And it should be both. You're right there, Revanite. You're right there. It should be both. It needs to. Whether it's specifically Andre and Lavia, I don't care. But we need to go out there and actually sort something out. 5-3. Are you saying that I'm 5-3 drunk Vigo? Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me, eh? Greenwood is back in training. You're lying. You're lying, is he? You're lying. Greenwood can't be back in training, surely. He actually? Nah, I haven't seen anything. I was going to say, if I had saw that, I would have certainly seen that. I am not going to lie. Hyperbole, but he's like 5'8". Are we talking about Andre? Is this what we're saying? Alejandro James, don't you think that that the problem was that we shouldn't have sold both Hendo and Fabinho without buying more midfielders? If we don't get Lavia, we're screwed next season. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's obvious that we shouldn't have sold those players if we don't go and replace them. But then we would have never benefited in keeping those players, in my opinion. That's my opinion, Alejandro. I don't think we were going to go far with those players. But yes, now we are now in a position where we've let go of those players. We've got more money and we've got less options. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Like Henderson and Fabinho still could have stood up. So I don't want to sound like I'm hypocritical, but when I see us being linked with, a midfielder before they go, and then I see us sell both players for a combined 50 million, I'm now expecting to get some more players in. So yes, under the assumption that I thought we were going to replace them, I wanted them gone. If you told me, or FSG told me, that they weren't going to replace them full stop, then yes, I wouldn't have wanted them to go. But I was under the assumption that FSG were going to back Jurgen Klopp this summer, and this time it was money. It was free money. You were never going to get that money. It was money from Saudi you were never going to get. So now we've freed up the wages, huge amount of wages across both players. And we've acquired some great transfer fees for 30-plus-year-old players. That's huge. Both players were never going to get better. It's just one of those things. We used them in their prime. We maximised their prime. They needed to go. But now we need to rebuild. If we are going to just let go players and not bring in players, it defeats everything that I thought we ever was. I thought we were a sell to buy. Apparently, we're not sell to buy. Apparently, we will sell more and buy less. And I understand if you want to be a bargain hunter, that's fine. But we're not even getting the amount of volume. Did you know that 17 Premier League sides have bought more players than Liverpool? Not spent more. I'm not using that argument. I'm simply saying 17 Premier League teams have bought more players than fucking Liverpool. We've let go of 7 players, chat. Like, I need us to understand, like, the fucking bollocks that we're having to deal with here. Shout out to Hamez. Milner is 80 years old. Hendo and Fabinho are shite. Don't act like you sold quality players. Mohamed, I think you're missing the points here. And I actually agree with you, Mohamed. I think they're shite. I think that they weren't going to add much to the team anyway. But there was certainly not much productivity in selling them if we was never going to replace them, is what I believe the comment before said, which is definitely something. Here you go, FSG, 2% interest on each. Ryan, on Guardiola, Leipzig have stated they're in no position to sell. This is because they feel they're well off financially after selling Szoboszlai. However, they are open to selling Guardiola for the right price. Well, I've seen recent news saying that that there's an agreement made between the club and the player, and the two clubs and the player, should I say. Exclusive, Nottingham Forest have submitted an official bid for Roger Ibanez. Proposal worth around 25 million euros. Well, this is one example of a player that I take. European proven, sound player. Isn't he Spanish or something? I don't know. Why though? Why not look into him? 25 million fee. Even if you've got to pay 30 million, that's still something. There's plenty of decent centre-backs who can do a better job than the centre-backs we've got available, and we won't get one of them. That's what's pissing me off. And I hope that it's one of those where it's a centre-back that comes out of nowhere, but you can't watch us in pre-season and say, oh, yeah, or in FSG's case, yeah, dog, we should be fine going into this season, man. Yeah, we should be fine going into this season, man. I can't be fucked with that shit. You know what I mean? Let's bring back Seb Vandenberg on loan, man. No, fuck that shit. Let's get some proper proven quality. Ibanez is left-footed. I don't even care about left-footed. Get me a double right-footed motherfucker and put him left back. He'll still, left centre back, and he'll still do a better job than what we've got. Him and Kanate, give me, because the only thing I'm suggesting is if your name is Virgil, Joel, or Joe, you have no guaranteed place in the team at the moment. Chat, is that a W or an L? If your name is Virgil, Joel, or Joe, you should not have a guaranteed place in the team. Now, under the circumstances, in fact, let me recorrect. Under the current circumstances, Virgil has a guaranteed place. I understand this. But if we get a new centre-back, let's say it's Ibanez, let's say it's the dude from Wolfsburg, let's say it's one of these things, then that means Virgil is probably the one who's competing for that position more so than Kanate. No? Am I wrong or am I right? Because I don't think anybody should be favourite. I'm sick of the approach of favouritism. Now that we've got new players, there is no reason to have favourites at all. So let's make sure we utilise the squad at what we've got it. Some people are saying W, some people are saying L's. I'm not going to lie, chat. I thought I was onto something there. You know what I mean? Pair of Alonso. We need a centre-back that's better than Kanate. I am one who gives us calm and stability. Both Lavia and Andre are needed. If we do this, we have a chance of finishing 4th or 5th in the Premier League. And do you know what? Probably a good point. Probably a good point. And it's a shame that we haven't even done that. And you're saying, if we do that, that will be when you will consider us getting 4th or 5th. That's a shame. 330 people in the stream. Smash those likes. Yeah, smash those likes. Harris says, James, FSG defo don't watch pre-season. That's true. That's actually very true. I know, yeah, it is me thinking like, yeah, FSG watch all the games. They defo don't. They don't care about the club enough. They'll only watch the big games. Even that I'll question. I reckon they've only ever watched the Champions League final. That's just a conspiracy that I've got. Glazers apparently worse, but they care and spend more. Glazers are interesting because they have got Manchester United into a bunch of shit financially, but they spend. Like, if you're worried about, if you're a United fan and your reason for hating the Glazers is a lack of transfer spending, that is not a good reason. Now, if you want to say they spend it badly, that's fine. But saying you don't spend, that is super bollocks. If we spent half of the money that Man United spent, I'd be a happy boy. WRL chat. You know what I mean? If we spent half the money that they'd spent, I'd be a happy boy. It's just so shit. I mean, to be fair, this window, we've had similar spending, haven't we? But over the course of the past 10, 15 years, it's not even a fucking close call. Not even close. Glazers don't spend their own money. United generate enough money to run itself. And Liverpool don't. Like, you're telling me, based on what we don't make enough money to spend more than what we have spent in recent time. I think that's something I can't align with. And not saying Man United don't make more money than us, but nah, I don't agree with that. Shane says, do you want a tag team partner versus FSG in, guys? I want in. More than a few seconds to say about FSG. Shane, when I get people on the stream, I want to get your views on FSG, brother. No doubt about it. I want to hear what you're going to say about those menaces, about those fools, about those tits. I'm fuming with them. Oh, yeah, there's another super chat from Will Robbo. Sorry, sir, I missed this super chat. Thank you for sending it in, and thank you to Shane as well. And anyone who's financially supported the stream, likes the stream, subscribes, becomes a member. Big up to you, man, seriously. Can't even buy 3 players, but Arsenal can spend £200 million. Arsenal have been on demon time. They've been doing things left, right, and centre, which just makes me jealous. Makes me fucking jealous, chat. Like, do you know a UFC fighter when they just... Yeah, Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson's a perfect fucking example right now. 12-0 in the UFC, ready to fight Khabib. This, that, then fights Justin Gaethje, gets fucked, and now he's 0-6. He was 12-0 in the UFC, and now he's 0-6 in his last 6 fights. 12 wins in a row, 6 losses in a row. That's us. And we're now watching the next guy. Let's say the next guy is, I don't know, Charles Oliveira. He's now on the rise. We're on the way down. Charles Oliveira is on the rise. Arsenal are Charles Oliveira. And we're Tony Ferguson. We're on the way down. And it does seem it's going to be hard to climb back up that hill. You know, kind of like the way Tony Ferguson's struggling right now in the UFC. I think we're going to struggle in climbing back up that hill, especially at the rate that we're getting players. And guys, believe me, I'm not trying to do the whole thing about money and stuff. It's the volume of players for me. I'm thinking, how are we letting go of this many? If we had a problem with squad depth last season and we've brought in 2 players and we've loaned out Carvalho, the dumb fucks. I'm trying to not make any like offensive gestures or anything, but dumb is the point I'm getting to. Christian, thank you for the super chat, sir. He says, if we get 1 centre-back and a CDM, we are fine. See, I think that's fine. I still think you can do more than that. But yes, if we get a centre-back and a CDM, that's fine. I think, I'm not going to lie though, sir, Christian, I think 2 midfielders is half necessary, you know. I'm just fucking saying it. Chat, why can't we go out and just buy 1 player who's old? Like, James Milner was one of the greatest acquisitions that we ever made. Ever. And he was like weren't he like 31 or 32 when he joined, chat? He might have been 30. WRL, it was James Milner, a 30-year-old when he joined Liverpool, 31, 32. Why can't we go out there and get like a stopgap player? Now, Hussam will mention somebody like Sergio fucking Ramos, and that'll confuse me. But there's definitely old dudes out there that I'd take for a couple of seasons. Are you mad? Someone who brings a bit of experience to the team, a little bit of right here, right now. Don't mind if I diddly do. This guy's there. Was Milner 29? Why can't we go and sign someone who's 29, 30? You know what I mean, chat? Why? It doesn't have to just be 50, 60, 70, 80 million pound players. Why can't we go and identify a player who's maybe a free agent right now? There's a dude. Is his name Kamade? He's an Asian dude, I think. Is he a midfielder? I'm trying to think. Was he the guy who was at the Bundesliga club? Let me know, chap. But the point that I'm leading to is that I like Amrabat, perfect example. Like Amrabat, somebody who's not even young, not overly expensive, not necessarily a Rolls Royce of a player, not big name, not fancy on the eye, but efficient. James Milner was efficient in all areas. That was why it was important to have him. No doubt. Just gone to Lazio on a free. Did he? You bastard. He'd have been a good one, though, innit, chat? But you know him? He's an example of someone. Why not just try? Why not just try and get him for free? In Melo we trust. Remember when Jurgen Klopp came out and said, I want no midfielders. 2 weeks later, let's sign Arthur Melo. The logic there is crazy to me. This is the dude, Kamada. I wish we could have went out and got someone. Yeah, someone with a little bit of presence. Exactly, Sebastian. If you go out and get somebody with a Paquito bit of presence, then it helps the team significantly. You know what I mean? Really does. James Ward-Prowse is a shout. Like James Ward-Prowse for a season. Don't mind if I diddly do. It's not my number one option, but I don't mind it. And I've saw some really, really big names out there. Experienced names for good, affordable prices, and I will not let people tell me otherwise at all. Klopp swearing at the fans, he's lost the plot. Okay, so you're referencing to this video, aren't you? Wait, let me show you, just in case people are confused. Chat, did you take anything bad out of this? I'm going to try and find the video with him and the fans. Klopp signs. I want to see if I can get it up for you because I want you to be able to see it. Yeah, it is the clip. Do you think that Klopp, do you think Klopp was just being a moody bastard? Yeah, see, I didn't even look too much into this, but if you think that there's something going on, I'll show you the clip. Right there. Kush.
Very quick. I don't have time, actually. And you have to hold the fucking... Oh, sorry. Very quick. I don't have time, actually. And you have to hold the fucking... Oh, sorry.
Nah, that's just uncle right there, bro. That's just uncle who can't be asked with people's shit, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to ask a man to sign a shirt and then not actually hold the shit? Come on. I need to save more than that, you know what I'm saying? Sure.
I don't have time, actually. And you have to hold the fucking... Oh, sorry.
You have to hold the fucking shirt.
Sorry, Klopp.
That's really...
Nah, I'm not even going to lie, chat. I back it. That's a huge W from me. My manager, blood. My manager. What the fuck? What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I thought it was hilarious. Fucking shit. Nah, nothing wrong with that. Jurgen's just he can be the happiest of uncles at times. He can be the grumpiest of granddads at times. But in all, he's our favourite dad. You know what I mean? Shiranath says, Hamez, can you bring someone in on your show who's FSG in? If there's anybody who's FSG in who would like to come onto my stream, I would politely invite you. You can bring yourself on through a message on Instagram. You can let me know on Instagram whether or not you want to come in and debate me on the FSG and stuff. You can also message me on Twitter, okay? And I will even consider in the final 20 minutes of this invite putting the StreamYard link in and then inviting people who hold the stance of FSG in onto the stream. Klopp does like to swear. Though, and he was busy, so no problem with that. Let's not be wet wipes. And I'm not talking to you, Panic Guy. I'm talking to anyone who thinks this is something wrong. I agree with this comment. Anyone who thinks there's something wrong with that video, just grow a pair of bollocks and let's stop being a muppet, okay? He was in a rush. He went over to sign the fan shirt. It's better than leaving. You know what I mean? And all he said was hold the fucking shirt. Like, it's a very basic premise. The one thing FSG did was get us Jurgen. Gotta love him. Nah, do you know what, Alejandro? It was the greatest thing that fell on FSG's lap. Because if you remember the context of that situation, Jurgen really wanted Liverpool. You've got to remember that. That's a factor. So, yeah, Jaden said, I'll jump on. Jaden, message me on any of the platforms, any of Instagram, any of Twitter. Send me a message. If you are FSG in, primarily, you've got to have that stance. Then, yeah, we will get you onto the show and we'll talk it through. And chat, you don't even have to be an FSG inner. But if there's something that I'm not seeing that makes them better owners than what I perceive, feel free to jump on and let me know. But Jaden, drop me a message, and anybody else, feel free to do the same thing. Okay. And wow, thank you to Queen Nadra. Did I say that right, Nadra? Yes. Big up James. Gundogan has backed Pep for his success rather than Klopp in an interview. What are you saying about this? I've seen this because, chat, if you don't understand the context here, and I'll check Insta in a second, Gundogan came out and said, until I was managed by Pep Guardiola, it was then when I realised I knew nothing about football. Until I started being managed by Pep Guardiola, that was when I realised I knew nothing about football. And of course, I don't think he meant it, but it was an indirect sort of dig at Jurgen Klopp, because Klopp was his manager at Dortmund in his younger days. But now he's saying he knew nothing about football until Pep Guardiola managed them. I think it's a mixture. I think he's really putting an emphasis on how much of an encyclopedia of knowledge of football Pep Guardiola is. And then the perception difference that gave him, the elevation that gave him. But then, is it Klopp shade? I'm not even too sure. That's a good question. I'd love to get into the mind of Gundogan and actually try and understand what he meant there. He was mid before City. I disagree with this massively, I'll be honest. Gundogan was absolutely fantastic before City, and he was certainly world class at Dortmund. I thought it was fair. I understand where he was coming from. Nobody as of yet has messaged me on Twitter or Instagram from the scenes of it. So if you do want to jump onto the stream, guys, then do drop me a message and I'll check that again in a couple of minutes. Drunk Vigo says Jamie Webster should be singing on the show. Do you reckon we just get Jamie Webster singing in the corner, and then we'll just get some of our favourite scousers for segments throughout the show? 500 people in the stream. Amazing. Smash a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for all the financial support. Anyone who super chats, anyone who becomes a member, it backs the channel more than you can believe. More than you can believe. So thank you, guys. Appreciate it. James, would you look into the championship market? Yes. I saw this dude called Alex Scott go to Bournemouth. I'm a fan of this dude called Alex Scott. Play for Bristol City. Nice player on the ball. Think he's got a lot of promise. Think he's got huge potential. It would have been a player that I'd have considered for definite. I mean, listen, do you know another player that I'd consider? Jacob Ramsey. I mean, I know that he'd probably be an extortionate price. I'm not sure. But that type of profile, homegrown, someone who's going to come in and at least provide an option, I think that's good. I think that's a good player to sign. Alex Scott has a lot of potential. That's someone that I would have considered if I'm looking into the championship market. But yes, I would consider this. I would not go out and buy an NDD or anything like that, but the championship does have some good players, and I don't dispute you could find a very solid CDM within the championship, none of which are springing to mind at the moment, but yeah, I do think that we could find somebody. Mbappe to Liverpool, Wester. I know, I want to rip my eyes out as well. I'm trying to find the will to live. No, I can't fucking find it. Do you want Andre? I know you probably don't watch much of the Brazilian league, but what do you think of us signing him? I just want numbers, dude. I just want numbers. I want volume of players, and if he proves to be good, then great. If not, then it is what it is. I can't wait for the watch-alongs. That's what I can't wait for. The watch-alongs are going to be cool this season. I think they're going to be the best part of the channel. I really, really do. Llorente from Atletico is only 20 million. This is the dude then. If this is true, chat, is that true? Is he actually 20 million? Is he actually 20 million? No way. He can't just be 20 million. If he's actually 20 million, because I saw he was linked with Saudi. I've just saw Frank Kessie being linked with Saudi as well for £15 million. £15 million. Now, Kessie won't choose Saudi over Liverpool. He won't, because we're not going to offer the money that they will offer. Llorente, however, if he was interested in still being competitive to some degree, that's a dude that I'd take, man. That's a dude that I'd take within a heartbeat. I like that player. Do you think that Nunes is a waste of 90 million that Liverpool don't have or could have spent on other ones? I think time's got to wait. Of course, my stance on the signing, which I don't think is what you're asking about. I think you're asking, has it been a waste of 90 million? I think that'd be too soon to say. I think it'd be too soon to say if he's been a waste of 90 million. But we can all have our presumptions on whether or not it will be a waste. James, are you going to be in the away for the Chelsea game? No, barely go to away games. Not because I don't want to. It's mainly because financial reasons, traveling's long. I'm not really an away day person. I'll probably go to mainly the big away days. Last season, I went to 3 away days. The season before, I went to 2 away days. I don't really do away days that much. The majority of my finances go onto the home game. So, yeah, FSG's back pocket pretty much. We didn't spend 90 mil on Nunes. That's true. I was also going to say that the price tag, I don't think I've never seen a more disingenuous price tag thrown around than the one that I see with Nunes all the time. Just to give him a little bit of back, and like everyone has the perception he's 90 to 100 million. Like the dude, we probably haven't even paid like 70 million for him yet. You know what I mean? Like, well, at least no more than 75. But yeah, even for that money, which is still extortionate, I probably expected a bit more. James, I like your work. You know your football, but I love FSG. Come on, United. I love the Glazers more, my friend. I love the Glazers more. Ryan, shout out to you. I'm not saying I'd take him at Liverpool, but De Gea is currently a free agent. Chat, would you take De Gea for the fucking hell? I've heard about Sergio Ramos as a stopgap sign, and now I'm hearing about David De Gea. Chat, if De Gea was up for it, would you take David De Gea as a backup? Would you take David De Gea as a backup? I'd consider it if he was willing to take like a pack of skips a week and like 150 nids. You know what I mean? I'd consider it. Not saying I'd take De Gea, by the way, as he demands huge wages. See, that was what I was thinking. No. Nah, De Gea's shit as well, chat. Nah, you actually need to understand, like, Kelleher is better than De Gea, okay? Not overall, but in recent time, I'm going with Kelleher. At least Kelleher can save a fucking penalty, you know what I mean? De Gea is atrocious at penalties. De Gea would be Jones to piss out. Nah, that's funny. Wait there, while I'm laughing, let me go and just check if anyone else has DM me or anyone's going to appear the bollocks on Instagram or thingy. Oh, wait there. Let me double check, mate. No. You're all being pussies. Nah, I'm messing. Maybe everyone's just not FSG in. Maybe that's our issue. Panaskaus says that's how desperate FSG have made our fan base. Nah, we're desperate bunches right now. We are desperate bunches. Like, we'll take anything. We will take absolutely anything. Adrian is better than she gets. I would be fuming if that ever happened. Yeah, the fact that we're even entertaining, that is absolutely crazy. Is the Welsh Pirlo a free agent? Joe Allen, are you talking about? Yeah, he is as well. Joe Allen. Do you know what, though? Shout out to Joe Allen. Was shit for the majority of the time that he was here. But, you know, towards the end, Jurgen Klopp got a tune out of Joe Allen, chat. Like, WRL. Like, in the end, Jurgen Klopp got a tune out of Joe Allen. I think that's certainly... We'll lend you McTominay. Nah, Jordan Henderson's better than McTominay. Like, don't even fuck about with me. I didn't sell a bus driver to get in a bus driver. Like, I'm cool, mate. Like, Henderson's actually better than that dude, and you're saying you'll lend me him. You're fucking wild. It's like if I have to pay £500 for rent, I only have £100, and you're saying I'll lend you 50 quid. Like, thank you, it'll get me closer, but nah, I've got this £100. McTominay is 40 million. Yeah, that's a lie. He is the shittest player in the range of £40 million that I might have ever seen. Honestly, don't say that. McTominay's 40 million. 40 million in dog years, you know what I mean? Joe Allen says Joe Allen was decent towards the end of his LFC career, to be honest. Chat, is anyone game on bringing in John Joe Shelby for old time's sake, getting the band back together? Oh, I hate this. I fucking hate this. Yeah, I hate this. This is bullshit, fam. Bring back Flanner. Not a chance. I find Salah to be very wasteful. Do you think so, James? Yes, he can be wasteful, but the greater benefit is having Salah scoring all those goals, creating all those goals, yeah, man, I think there's a greater benefit, even though he can be wasteful, but that's also just, he's a victim of getting the majority of the chances in the team. Is McKennie any good? Not included in the UAE squad. I've never really seen great things. Anytime I've watched them in the Champions League or Europa League, I'm not a fan. So I'm all good. How should Pavard? He is 27. I don't think he will cost a lot and can play centre-back and right-back. I've said this is the dude. Experienced World Cup winner, right-back, centre-back. From the beginning of the window, for the real OGs and the real guys who tune in every day on this channel, you'll know I've been mentioning Pavard like a motherfucker. Not because I think he's a Rolls-Royce player, not because I think he wins us the league, but I think he's a great option. I think he's versatile on the defensive standpoint. Give me Pavard. Yeah, chat. Do you want me to tell you a little perfect window for Hamez right now? Little perfect window for Hamez. Give me Pavard, give me Marcos Llorente from Atletico Madrid, and give me Lavia. Give me Pavard, give me Llorente, and give me Lavia. W or L? Is that a W or an L? I feel like that's a standard one, because now we're getting a versatile defender, World Cup winner certified. Marcos Llorente, La Liga winner, can play multiple positions, right mid, right back, centre mid, CDM. Well-rounded player, experienced to fuck. And then Lavia, young, homegrown, all that shite. Know what I'm saying? Llorente wouldn't be possible, surely. I mean, he's linked with Saudi at the moment. Never say never. If somebody like Llorente isn't possible for Liverpool, that's a shame. Considering that we were linked with fucking Jude Bellingham as well. If Jude Bellingham is realistic and he isn't, what world do I live in? I don't know if you spoke about it, but how did you find the Benzo this preseason? Honestly, I can't speak highly of enough of the kid. He's fucking amazing. He's a fucking amazing player. You'll never hear me say a bad word about him. The only time maybe is if he starts playing regularly and he starts playing shit. But right now, guys, that's my backup right winger right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my backup. Like, when Salah goes AFCON, that's my right winger. That's the way I feel about Benzo. And has been for a while. I don't know how much we so the third bid for Lavia, Eric Sevenhag, I believe, is going to be in the region of £40 million up front, and then the rest will be add-ons building up to £50 million. So that's to give you a little bit of context. But we still need to wait, though. I keep on seeing links to Valverde, but I refuse to believe it. And you should refuse to believe this blasphemy of bullshit coming from journalists. We're never getting Valverde. And also, I'm sick of us being linked with Real Madrid's players. Like, just listen, none of them like us. None of them want to join Liverpool. It's a sad world, but it's the world of FSG, people. Come on. Shane says, Pavard will also move Trent Alexander-Arnold into midfield where he belongs. Pavard's another option, man. And the method of my madness to saying Llorente and Pavard is they are both versatile. They are both experienced. They are both winners. If we want winners, they certify those two options. If you want experience, they certify those two things. If you want quality, they bring that. They bring quality. If you want a good defensive right back, Pavard is a very, very good defensive right back. Chat, I'm just saying. These two might just be the dudes. Get me Pavard, get me Llorente, and do you know what I like to do to make myself feel better? I like to go on career mode and just buy all these players myself, just so I can do the job that FSG never fucking could. But yeah, in the last 10 years, Liverpool have spent more than 20 million on a single defender twice, 3 times. Sorry, I don't know if I understand that comment. What do you mean? Liverpool have spent more than 20 million on a single defender twice and 3 times. I'm not too sure what you mean there. He is slow though. Ziyad, listen, the pace factor never matters if you know how to distribute your pace. Pace doesn't matter. I don't care if he's slow. He's a great player. That slow pace got him a World Cup. That slow pace got him multiple leagues with Bayern Munich. And he was starting for Bayern Munich. It's not like he weren't starting at all, you know what I mean? Did you just see the back of my blinds move? You know what I mean? Is my window open? Nah, that's actually mad. Chat, my window isn't even that much open. And you saw those blinds move, didn't you? Look, my window isn't even open. Not even open. It's barely open. It's like not even that open, and you saw that move, didn't you? Chat, there's paranormal activity going on in the household of JRTV. And by the way, if you're spamming, you're not getting red. It's just one of those things. Hamez, we need a solid DM. Water is wet and fire is hot, my friend. I understand. I have a bad feeling about Salah this season, just like last season. His wasteful passing and chance conversion, bit like us in the Peach is that? I'm not too sure. And I have a bad feeling this season will be the same. I think Salah will be fine. I think Salah will be the least of our concerns. You know what I mean? Ghost Pro. James FSG are watching yet? Yeah, they're giving me shit right now. FSG doing witchy things. Nah, that's funny. Your accent. Wait there. I need to read that comment there. I'm intrigued. Your accent is crazy. All this time, I thought you were saying some new acronym, WRL. You actually said WRL. Yeah, WRL, comrade. You need to keep up with the program, sir. I'm glad that I can teach you scouts on a day-to-day basis. Is it Hussam or Tom creeping around? Yeah, I mean, Hussam's all the way in Jordan. It could be fucking Tom. You know what I mean? He's only small, so you could probably be chilling there without us knowing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, that creeped me the fuck out though. Check on, watch your back yourself, and the window is definitely open. Hamez, if you could sign 3 players right now, who would they be? I've just gave you them. Llorente, Pavard, and Lavia. Brings experience, brings versatility, brings what we need. Pretty plain and fucking simple, mate. The mouse is retained. Oh, shit, the mouse. The mouse goes Bruno. Now, I'm not even going to lie, Ghost Bruno. I do think the spirit of Ghost Bruno is certainly in this place, and it's fine. Like, I've gave him consent to chill in my house. Well, in my flat. Because he's not even a body, you know what I mean? He was just a little shit when he was alive, that's all. Whereas now he's cool, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know the context behind Bruno the mouse, I never killed the mouse. A guy called Ian came in and killed the mouse, basically. I never asked him to kill it. I asked him to remove it, and he interpreted that as, I will now remove this mouse's soul from his face. So, Bruno's dead, but he's still very much with us in spirit, as seen by the blinds before. Trendy says, don't you think Klopp is playing Salah again on the line where his goal is scoring ability is compromised? Yeah, this thing that Jurgen does where he moves Salah all the way onto the right wing just to accommodate Darwin Núñez pisses me off. It's not a Darwin Núñez thing, I promise it's not. I'm just saying we're getting less goals now because Salah's not getting into those inverted positions, which is where he thrives. So, yeah, it's just a big shame. Jurgen is outside spying on the transfer advice from the chat. Jurgen's got free access to join this stream whenever he wants. I'll always help you, Jurgen. Give us a shout, fam. We have only signed defenders that cost us 20 million or more only 3 times in the last 10 years. Is true, James? Is that true, James? I couldn't tell you, sir. I couldn't tell you if that's true. I probably need to think about it. Chat, is this true? Is this true? Because I couldn't bloody tell you. Maybe it's time for Bruno the Rat to have some fate as Bruno the Mouse. Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. Bruno the Rat, Bruno the Mouse. He was a rat, to be fair. But I thought he was a mouse for the first few weeks. And yeah, man. He was a cool dude, though. He was a cool dude. But chat, I do think I'm going to leave the stream there for now. We got nearly 45 minutes out of today's stream. So it was really good and productive and it's boss. But yeah, man. We are going. Let me make sure that window's not open, mate, because I want to show you this. Chat, look. That window isn't even open. Wait there. See, look, I didn't even shut that anymore. That's not getting any more shut. Is that window open, actually? Nah, chat, there's no way on God's green earth that any of these windows are open. Look, none of them. Just proof. I'm just saying, chat, like, paranormal activity are taking place in JRTV, you know what I mean? Chat, so I'm going to leave the stream. Make sure that you smash a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to chill with Bruno the Spirit. And what's it called? If you can leave a comment after the stream, that gets the stream more out there. So that just means that more people get to see it and reaches out to more people in the algorithm. But yeah, man, much love to you and your mothers. Have a belt tonight, chat, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.